You are tuned into the Anything Bucket, and tonight in our studio, our guest is Mateja Petje, and Mateja is going to help us to make the mind-body-soul connection and to go from stress to bliss. And we want to welcome Mateja to the Anything Bucket. Mateja, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. And we connected. It was great. We were talking on the phone, and we kind of had that mindset. And I went onto your website, and I saw some of the people you follow, Louise Hay, Deepak Chopra, Dr. Wayne Dyer. And I was most impressed by your story coming from Slovenia. Right. And if you could tell us a little bit about your background and how you made that transition from Slovenia to the United States and any challenges you might have and leading to where you are today.
Yes, thank you. It's my pleasure. And I moved actually here in October '97, and pretty much a couple of suitcases. And I was just really excited to be here. I got tired of cold weather. And so I grew up in Slovenia in a small village. My mom was a teacher. Everybody knows everybody. So it was very interesting. I have been helping people all my life. So I left there. I had my bachelor's degree in English and education. And when I came here, it was in '97. And very soon after that, I decided to go. I was working for Camilla's House, which is a homeless clinic in Miami, as a secretary. And I was very happy to have the job. However, I realized this is not what I want to do. I'm here to help people. I always felt like that. So I went back to school and got my graduate degree in marriage and family counseling from University of Miami. And it's been an interesting journey. I mean, the biggest thing for me was, coming from a little small village to here. I mean, Slovenia has 2 million people only. So you can imagine the difference. And I was like, wow. Even making friendships was very different. And I've been very fortunate. I have several friends who are actually from Slovenia, so that's been wonderful. And my experience at the University of Miami was wonderful because actually, nothing to say against the school system here, but even for my bachelor's degree, I had to do a thesis in English. It took me 6 months. So, I was well prepared. I loved my school. I got a lot out of it. And however, I always wanted to learn new techniques. I'm very curious. I'm always adding different trainings. And ever since I was at the University of Miami, I started learning different healing techniques, which we're going to talk about later. And it's been a journey working in, sometimes people selling drugs on the street, working in mobile home parks. And then 2008, when I got my license, I joined a private practice, and that's been my journey so far. And now I'm actually, since October, when I lost my job, which was, I always believe we get this experience as a blessing. So I was able to jump in, both feet, and I opened my company, Holistic Coaching International.
And that is a great journey. It's a great start, and it's about starting from where you are. And, a lot of people say, oh, I can't believe this happened to me. And I always say, it didn't happen to you, it happened for you. And I was on your website, and I think that you sum it up a lot with the NLP, the Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and I'd love you to touch on that for the viewers to understand that the power of our subconscious, the power of the words that we use. Right. It's not what we say, but how we say it. And if you could expound on how you use the NLP in your practice to help people to go from where they are, over here they're kind of stuck, to being over here where they're unstoppable.
Right. I mean, thank you. That's a great question. And like I was saying, I always look for techniques that are fast. Because what happened in traditional therapy, you can spend years and years going to therapy. It's just talk therapy. I think it scratches the surface. So I learned a lot of different techniques that are more alternative, including neuro-linguistic programming, clinical hypnosis, and emotional freedom technique. And I'm very excited about NLP, which I think is probably at the top. Sometimes it takes minutes. And I trained with a wonderful teacher. She's from Canada, Dr. Yvonne Oswald. So I learned a lot from her. So typically with NLP, the main thing is that, like you said, we accomplish more going to subconscious mind. It's like I say, it's like a tip of the iceberg. our rational mind is only the tip, and then everything else is beneath that. So what I do, I work with people with this NLP techniques. You have to really experience, but basically what it is, we use different techniques to change our beliefs very quickly. And that's kind of the gist of it.
Excellent. And you mentioned emotional freedom technique.
Right.
For those that don't know what that is, for my viewers out there, that's the tapping.
Correct.
And it's a great modality as well. And I know you use another modality that you are a certified Reiki practitioner. If you could tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, there's so many wonderful tools. And I actually became a Reiki practitioner when I was doing my internship working with cancer patients. And I was doing groups with guided meditation, and then I also became a Reiki practitioner. And what's so great about Reiki, that anybody can do it, and the best way I can describe it, we transfer the life force, the energy. You know, we don't have to be religious or believe in God or higher power, but simply said, we practitioner like myself, who's a Reiki practitioner, simply uses this energy to help people to relax by simply either just touching the energy field or basically using touch. And touch in itself is very healing. So I love all those modalities. They're wonderful.
And it sounds like you have so much to offer, and we could probably spend hours talking about all the great things that you do.
Sure.
But we have to wrap it up.
Yes.
So we're going to ask you to give us your website and how people can connect with you, so again they can go from stressed to bliss.
Thank you. Right now, the best way to reach me is, like you said, on my website, which is Holistic Coaching International. And people can also reach me through the email, which is Mateja@Holistic Coaching International. And just one more thing, I have 2 books right now, so you can find information on that. One is Dare to be Authentic. It's a joint project. And the other one is my own book that was published in 2010. It's called My Journey to Self-Discovery. And it's pretty much, it's a story how I came from, my small village to here where I am. And it's an inspiring message to people.
And it sounds interesting. It sounds like you're helping a lot of people out there, find their divine purpose. And we want to thank you for being here on the Anything Bucket. And we want to remind the viewers to connect with Mateja at Holistic Coaching International. Look her up. Take advantage of her services, because you never know when you dig deep inside what you may find and how you can strive to succeed.